No, we've moved on to the Wales and sheep have got all the way from the Highlands of Scotland. This next guy is a breed that will make you nervous. Wait till you see that animal on this chap. His name is Google. I'm going to cover the exit here, so wish luck. Hopefully you'll be okay. Come on, Google. That's impressive, isn't it? Yeah. Now, those horns just means he's an old king of sheep. That's what we like about him. But we like him on the sky level now, so they're really hard in the sheep. He lives in that beautiful part of the country, the Highlands. Really comes down off the hills, a couple of years, a bit of a nail varnish, a bit of a haircut, and that's it. The rest of the time you don't have to do anything with him. He can handle any weather, but the slow climate and burning. Now, this might surprise you, but the wool on this sheep's back is absolutely useless for little youngsters. If you put that on your skin, it's a coarse wool, it's going to make an issue. You'll be scratching all day long, right? Wool is good for something else. Think about where he lives. This is such a great insulator that, as far as I'm aware, this is still the only wool that causes insulin unit for housing insulation. Okay? Now, if we need renewable insulation, put sheep in the bit of grass, or blind, you'll grow every year. And not only that, but the fire officers really prove as well, because wool naturally burns, smells, but it's a pretty safe thing to put into your house. Okay, now, we're going to move on. Well, actually, we're going to throw it back to Belinda for a moment, because one day, Belinda decided to take her long legs up to Scotland on a holiday with the Viking. Google spotted her, I think you can tell what happened there. They managed to produce our next lovely lady. So let's have a little look at the number one sheep in Scotland, England, Ireland, and Wales. It's the offspring of this there. And then it's Martha Mules. Come on, Martha. That's your number one sheep. Why is she the number one sheep in the UK today? Well, she gets the best of both worlds, right? From her parents, she gets the wool, the long legs, wool, and milk. She's a very good mother as well. She also gets that toughness of the breed of sheep. The breed of sheep specifically designed in the UK, for the UK, to handle anything with this Highlands climate and growing. You don't find her anywhere else, it's just here. But I'm not optimistic about the next one, but this next little bit, I'm going to go anyway. We're going to take a quick survey. Like you guys, put your hands in the air. If your motto in life is make love, not war. Yep, it's just two of us. What about the rest of you? One of the ones is trouble, isn't it? When the next sheep run up with another of the kids will be growing up in the early way people. There's far too much trouble on the planet as it is. So let's have a little look. Hip the other sheep, well, it's the Rasta lad. His name is Lenny. Here he is, everybody knows him. Familiar. It's a Tom Marley. I get that a lot. He's got a lot of problems with that actually. He does make radio music. The other thing is I can't actually keep it dry either. Okay, now, what does this sheep do well? Well, it grows wool like grass in a paddock, right? Most sheep is putting in 1 hectare a year. Now, around the world, most sheep are still twice a year. This guy's always been twice at least. Look at this. This is 1 year. 1 year's worth of wool work. Okay? Now, do you guys think this is good news? It's good news for us. That was mostly when he comes to the top. It's not good news for him. Okay, because the only thing he does well is grow wool. Now, 25 years ago, here in the UK, the wool price crashed, right? And it's never truly recovered, which means that poor old England is on the same rare weakness that Rocky was. Okay? But unlike Rocky, he was a bit smarter because he finds his way off the island. Maybe go to Argentina and a little place Australia. Robin, because all those wrong from here, the region will still be okay. Robbie never left the island, because those wrong from here came over. We really took off our red leaves. I'll talk a bit more about that. Robin, first we're going to have a little look at the only foreign sheep I've got here today. This next guy is a big ram that comes from a little island in Holland called Texel, so we call it Breed of Texel. Now, if he decides that he's, oh, he is coming, here he is, put your hands together for the customer. Come on, Dave. what that most sheep in Britain don't have? He's got double muscle on the bottom, right? He's basically got another bottom on his bottom, right? Which is, you know, if you look at Instagram nowadays, it's getting more popular. Basically means there's more sheep there, so therefore there's more money for the farmer, okay? If you look at Sam, you can see he's not very impressed with the situation. That's because a few years ago, here in the UK, Sam was locked off. That would be nice. The number one Canadian male ranch popular this cat. He's taken over on these islands in that position. I was afraid for Sam the news gets worse because actually Terry took over in the world 3 years ago. Right, now we're going to set the scene for our Iowa sheep. This next breed is the one that was hit the hardest during the whole sort of foot and after that for these items. So let's have a little look. There are species of specials in the village. This guy's name is Harry from the Lake District from Cumberland. It's a sheep that I'm very fond of, so let's give him a nice big clap here. So Harry. Put the clap, please, guys. You don't know really going to see it all, right? Now, you might be wondering why I'm playing that foreign music. I don't know what it means, because I don't understand it. But what I want you to think about is what happened in the Lake District. When the Vikings arrived, heard of those guys, the Vikings here, and what they did is they brought their sheep with them from Norway and New Zealand and Iceland, right? So, he's not related to anything else on the island. Here's the problem. If he actually goes extinct, we cannot make another one, right? We can't replicate this, because it's hundreds and hundreds of years of breeding. We have no way of bringing that to it. But this might be a surprise to you. Robbie, if he goes extinct tomorrow, we can breed another one, okay? Because we've got the bloodline, we've got the son, we've got the mother, we can do it again. This guy we can't do. Now why is it important? Simply because we don't know what we're going to do in terms of farming in the future yet. We'll know when we get there, but we're not sure yet. Now sheep, obviously, we farm for meat, farm for wool and all that stuff, but they're also caretakers of the environment, right? We might need the sheep to graze some, seaweed or something like that. Guess what? We've got a breed that will do it, right? But only if we look after it. The more breeds we have, the more choices we'll have, the better options we'll have going forward, we can finally figure out exactly what it is we need. Okay, let's go over, give them a round of applause for this first part of the show done. Don't give them a clap, these sheep are working very hard, they're all exhausted, all ways a day, they're working us to the very back here. And we're going to give the sheep a haircut. Now, I've decided that I can't be bothered to do it because I think they're always that sort of thing. We're going to get a younger, better version of these guys. This is great. He's going to come up and share the sheep. Now, I'm going to do a couple of things. Riley's just getting ready. First, he's going to warm his feet up. Can you see that on his feet? Can you see those? Oh, look at that. Yeah, lovely little wooden booties. I don't recommend you wear them for the look, okay? The reason that he's wearing those is because these sheep, they're all a little bit yellow, right? They're not actually, the wool's white. That yellow color is something called lanolin. It's an oil that sits in the skin of that sheep. Now, what happens is that lanolin gets onto the shearing platform here, and it turns into an oil slip. It's like an ice skating rack, right? Now, what are you going to wear on your feet to stop the slipping? Trainers won't do it, but wellies aren't going to do it. You'll be sliding all over the place. The only thing that doesn't slip in the lanolin is wool. That's why when you're shearing, you wear your woolen boots, okay? So he's going to do this. Come on over. He's going to get the sheep back. Oh no, not. I've got to give you a half a second to talk. Seriously, it's in the contract. I kid you not, okay? Now, in the cubby hole here, we've got a wild sheep, right? Now, wild sheep can potentially move at 45 miles per hour at a standing start. I've only got a little way to get the sheep up this cupboard. I'm going to just open the door, okay? The sheep is only going to want to go in one direction. That way. Now it's going to be in four-wheel drive. He's going to catch it. He's going to put her in neutral. Now, if he misses, and I don't know how good he is, so we'll wait to see what happens. If he misses, I will be laughing, firstly. But secondly, if the sheep leaves the stage and he's not physically attached to it, that's not actually valuable performance, okay? So next, what I've been told to tell you is that this goes on escape plan. If this wild animal is up towards his right, time to stand up, and he's getting closer, time to turn around. If you can feel the breath on the back of your neck, she's too close, okay, just run like hell. That's it. Now you've got Cyrus again. Seriously. I'll tell you that. So that's good. I'm very pleased to see the kids running close. It's like a safety barrier for the adults, right? Yeah. They don't pay tax for it. Don't pay. How you doing? Good. That's just right. Okay, well, we'll get her. She's a bit shy. Her space right. Let's give her a countdown. We'll count down to 5 and see if we can get her coming out here like 5 seconds. Count down with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, pretty boy. First thing you do, put the handbrake on. Don't take pictures of it right now. I'll tell you what, that's not impossible. Okay. Got to get the sheep a bit more comfortable. Put all those cloths on. Okay. Now, the reason you do that, you can't shear a sheep standing up. Right, you're going to do 300 of these in a day. That's what your back's going to be like, right? But you get it seated nice and comfortable. Now, when the sheep sits on its bottom, that relaxes. Let's see if we can get it to relax. Yeah. Okay, so they're not sleeping. High five. Okay. Just relax you. Okay, guys, sheep aren't sleeping. If their feet aren't on the ground, he's not going to try and run, okay? If he waits for an opportunity. If he makes a mistake with those legs and one of these tootsies touch the ground, then you see the fastest tap dancing show you've ever seen. Keep her in the right position. The legs do the hard. Where is she standing up? This one's going to be fun and very easy. You're going to get confidence. Okay, so keep her in the right position. Keep her comfortable. Don't sit her on a tailbone because that will hurt and she'll wriggle. Okay, so you make sure she's as relaxed as possible. Left hand. That's the important word. So that's right. It's working on the skin of the sheep to keep that skin as tight as possible. You never pull the wool of the sheep. You put your hand on its skin, right, and get it nice and tight. I've got a few buttons that help us. Right, can you just see if you can spot this lovely little radio station there? Slow motion now. Oh, that's all right. You can have to do it. Yeah, perfect, is that? One more time. Very useful product to go place. See us after the show. Oh, he's done nothing. This one is as wild as anything, so let's just get on with it. He's struggling to keep it comfortable, so he's slipping around on that oil, and it's not an easy thing to do. Oh, she's gone! Hold on for dear life. Gonna start all the way from the beginning. Right, let's walk the drag. Okay. Here's what we do. You push the drag. I'm enjoying it. Normally it's me struggling here, so I think to see something else struggling. So, kids, let's just show you guys something here. Look at this. Can you see this thing? Yes. This is a Klingon. Yeah. That's what happens if you don't use toilet paper properly, okay? But when look at it. It gets really hard, really heavy. It's coming all shapes and sizes and these things, okay? Now, it's not so much of a problem for you, but if you're older and area like your dad, that will rattle with your right. But if your dad here, you can take that one and throw it. Boom, it's a right way. Okay, now, guys, this is still useful though. We've got this carrying a belt. So belts of pins and hats, that's that stuff there. So he's just coming past the bottom of the sheep there. Walking in with my sheep, no, regular, it is what it is. Got to keep that skin tight. So he knows there's no wrinkles, so he can bravely go. There's no man from Somerset's gone before. You love it, don't you? Oh, look. Wow, straight off the hills. It's not a tame sheep. We don't drink the wool back off. Right? So this is exactly how it goes. Right? Sometimes you get now stretching that neck out, not to hurt the sheep, right? But you get rid of the wrinkles there. Never no wrinkles make up. It's something like that. Break it apart so you can see what you're doing. The ear wants to remain attached, so you're standing that out of the way, right? And we're just going to start laying, first is the shoulder blade. Come over the shoulder blade, nice and gently. And start working your way down there towards the underarm area. Okay, you always pay special attention by the underarm, because clearly they don't like going away when you see your again by the time you form the bone. So make sure it's nice and neat and tidy, and then in a second you're going to start laying the sheep down and coming into what's called the long flow. Now every time he goes back with his hand, that's what's called a flow within the sheep. Okay? Now this next bit is where shearers earn their money. Right? Because this is where the vast majority of the wool comes off the back of the sheep. All the way up the back, right from the bottom to the top of the head. Right? That's the vast majority of the wool. Now guys, why do we shear our sheep? Do you guys know what the biggest killer of our sheep is today? Have you not heard of the barbecue? Check this one. The second biggest killer in the world. I'm going to talk you through this very quickly. Mother Nature never made us. Okay, we did. Right? We found the sheep that only ever grew an inch to an inch and a half of wool, which is too small. Right? We changed the colour. Where is he? There he is. There's Robbie. We changed the colour. We made it white. Right? What happened then is we wanted more of this wool, so we grew it longer. Look at Lenny. That's as long as it gets. Right? What happened then is we didn't want to lose the wool. Right? So we bred the molting gene out. Most breeds of sheep in the world today cannot molt. Right? Mother Nature will not make that everything else. Okay? Now the problem is the wool is going to keep it two ways. Firstly, this girl can actually get stuck on her back. Right? Because the wool when it's wet, it can be really heavy. If she gets stuck on her back and she's found by a fox or a crow, even a seagull, before the farmer, then it's all over, But the biggest killer is something I think someone mentioned is fly scratch, right? Flies love this wool. They love that lanolin in there, sitting there on the butter, they love it. They love all those little dingleberries in there as well. That attracts them. If a fly lays its babies in there, guys, that could potentially kill the sheep in under 5 days, right? Less than 5 days. This is the moral of the story. We put the wool on there. Give them a tap. That's up to us to put it on. Right. That's for the sheep fresh egg that she's in there. She's going to pop fat in there. She's going to live for another year because that wool came off. No nicks, no cuts, right? Yeah, no fly strike. Happy days for her. Now pay attention to this because this is vital. You pop it back in the cubby hole here. Right, and you set the timer for 4 hours and the temperature to 180, and it's perfect. Right, I think you did a really good job there. Look there. That back is starting to work now, because it's difficult doing that very place. Now, I think we're going to if we've done this correctly, there's also coupled in one piece, and I think it's good. Right, let's have a little look. I should be able to hold it up. It always might make a part, but it has coupled in one piece. Yeah, so it's going to get good. So you tuck the sides in, and you roll it up, and that's it to the top. Now, how much do you think a farmer gets for this wool? So years worth of looking after this sheep. Yeah, a couple of kilos worth. That's wool. It might be, 2 or 3 sweaters in this. What do you think the farmer gets for this? What if I said to you it was like 35 pence in a kilo? Okay? So if there's 2 kilos here, that's about 70p. Okay? That's what he gets. What if he gets paid to share it? More than that straight away, but it's still not enough because it is hard work, okay? So he's getting about £1.50 to share that sheep. Obviously, that's all it is. Right? You could make it £10, and it still wouldn't be enough because it is hard work, right? But the point is, the farmer's not making money at all, right? Why do we share a sheep? Because we have to, okay? Because the only thing that will happen if you don't share is, firstly, the chance of that sheep dying goes through the roof, right? And the second thing is, we see you again shortly. I will report you, you'll get prosecuted. I don't be fined for that. But also a jail sentence. Right? So it's really important that you get your sheep short. Right, enough about all this boring stuff on the wall. We're going to move on to the final part of the show. Who wants to see these sheep dance? Yeah, that's what you take. So we're going to do it one at a time. There's no line dancing, okay? They're all at their own individual dance moves. We're going to start with Harry, and we're going to finish with Terry. Now, Terry down there, he's quite new, so I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do. We're going to have to wait and see. He's got a few different options. He might wave his tail, he might stick his leg up. We're just going to have a little look. Okay, Martha, she's the star of the show at the moment. She goes on court, she goes, and she goes like a little Stevie Wonder thing, she just gets a little groove. The left here, she might stand up. That's great. She'll strike a pose over. Susie does a little two-step. It's a little Canadian thing. It's not much to look at, but it is what they do over there. Don't knock until you try it. Muggy, it's over before it began. The music starts and he takes a bow and he goes, that's it. Yeah, Sam. Now, guys, he's got Michael Jackson on the show. He does a moonwalk, slides his feet all over the place, all four of them. Now, Doodle, I know you won't believe me by looking at him, but he's actually going very well at the moment. Okay? He's doing the Highland flick, so he'll stand up, he'll move his horns, he'll toe tap with both feet, cracking a seat. Lenny, a few years ago, me and Lenny went to Glastonbury. Okay, I can't remember anything, he's refusing to talk about it, but ever since then he does the same thing. He trying to lean forward and gently flicks his dreadlocks from side to side like that. And Harry over there in human years is about 80, so as long as he doesn't fall over, I'm quite happy. Now, anyone wondering how to get to the dance? Very simple, I'm going to tell you. You're going to try to shoot, you've got a reward the sheet. There's a highly technical thing, which is my switch, a flick little switch up here, and then the whole stage heats up like a hot plate. Of course it does. I wouldn't let you do that. Sorry, I wouldn't do that. Why would you shoot dance? They dance because they love it. Who doesn't love to dance? It's good for your soul, isn't it? Okay. Let's bring it to you. I want you to watch how excited you shoot. Now, we can use it something like that. I don't dance to music they like. So, through trial and error, we've discovered that they're particularly fond of a good easy drop, so that's what it's going to be. Now, you'll see, as soon as that music starts, right, there's an instant reaction from the machine. Can you tell? I mean, you've got to know them a little bit, but they're just the same as you guys. You don't go out at night and start dancing here. What you do is you take time, you socialise, you have a few drinks. You've got the miles, man, you have all lots of drinks before you get brave enough, and then you wait for somebody else to start. I'm afraid that's me. I'm going to see you try to get going. After I know the rest of you, you just shut up. Now look at Harry, will you? Even at his age, there's something happening here. Can you see it? There's a little bit of backwards and forwards, there's a little step up. Don't jump, Harry, there's no broken. Can you see it? Look at it slightly from that way. What makes you go? Nice big finishing. Let's see you well, Martha. So let's just figure out the Harry too. But honestly, he's like 80 years old. So he's making episode well about that. So we're going to move on to the other. Now I don't know, anymore, you can afford it. You can be upstanding to his neck well. But Lenny's just walking up as well. Now guys, Lenny fixes the dreadlocks, just like that. But he starts slowly, okay? Now if we put a bit of energy in here, as soon as we get this let's see what he does. Alright, you're going to bring it back into it, Lenny. Someone big flips up. Someone bring it back into it. There it is. Let it go. Let it go. I think that's pretty awesome. Pretty fast to beat each other hard out. Well done, Henry. Right, Bruno now with the iron flick. There's my ball. Well done. Little contact. Look at us. It's fantastic. And he does this thing with his mouth as well. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's on, but I know something I do. There's Sam with a good one. Look at him. Look at him sliding his feet. They're both forward. Sam backwards and forward. The little still turning. Back and back as well, man. Sam. Awesome job. Robbie's playing the bow. That's it. Bradley's playing. Susie, little two-step kiss. That's it. That's the two-step. That's what she does. Okay, very cute. Well, man. Remember to strike the pose. But now focus on Martha down here. Good. She's getting her groove on. She's on points. There's that head over. I mean, look at her. Wow, isn't that impressive? She loves it. She's enjoying it. Well done, Martha. Terry, what do you got first? You're going to finish this round for something? Little tail wag, you're going to go for it, you're going to do something? What do you got? I mean, I don't know what he's doing there, but I'm going to... Oh, there you go. That's something. That'll be very much. Thank you very much, mate. We are done. That's the sheet over. Now, we're on our way this afternoon at 3:30. It's going to be exactly the same, right? Before the welcome to come back. This is a couple of quick notes. But we're going to thank our sponsors. So, Messi, half the speed coming off the shoes, because they look great, very good condition because of it. Right, and this machinery, with the machinery always works. And then one last thing. Everybody's collecting for something that we're not accepting. There's a little bucket over there, guys. There's a charity that's helping to look after farmers' mental health, right? And if you just watch that show, you can see clearly there's an issue that needs dealing with. So you find 20 pence in the bucket. Put it in the bucket, please. It's going to a really good cause. Thank you very much, everyone. Good rest of the day. Bye-bye. Fresh off my feet, so well.
Huh? Archie, don't touch it.